Hey guys, so quick update before we get into this one. Ball Romhacks is still in the works, but it might be a while before it comes out. I managed to fill my old external hard drive with footage, and I'm still only about 3/4 of the way through all the ROM hacks I'll be looking at for the video. I'll sprinkle some smaller projects in the meantime like this one to keep you guys tied over, so stay tuned for all that coming your way. Enough build up though, onto the video. Chances are Fall Guys needs no introduction to you at this point, especially if you're Team PlayStation. But even if you're not on PS4, I really can't recommend the game enough to you if you enjoy 3D platformers. With such a crazy blend of stage ideas that makes for the ultimate combo of Mario Party and Wipeout, it might seem a little weird to talk about game balance of all things, but there's one stage in particular where I think it's worthy of discussion, and you probably already know what I'm referring to. It's already a meme at this point that Fall Guys players can't seem to understand how a seesaw works, and just by looking at this footage it's not hard to see why, and yet I'd argue it's really not that simple. See, the idea of a seesaw in a game like this is going to offer a player the option to just gun it for the next platform. Seeing as while you almost certainly won't make it, if you somehow do, you might just remove 1/3 of the people currently on that seesaw, and by extension a huge amount of your competition. This would work as a great risk-reward concept in a game like this, except that if you happen to get one of these platforms later, well... This happens because there's basically no incentive to help other players balance the seesaw, which begs the question of how do we incentivize that? Well, I propose that we just combine this stage with an element Fall Guys already has: teams. See, you could actually turn this into 2 games, one where you have the team sharing the seesaw, and one where each team is given their own course to complete. We'll start with the former. Basically, this one uses the same map that we have already, except now players have been divided up into either 3 or 4 teams. The win condition has changed from you as an individual clearing the goal, to now being part of one of the teams that has the most people clear the finish line in some arbitrarily chosen time limit. The idea now becomes for your team to build a coordinated effort against the teams around you, either by trying to outweigh the opposing end of a seesaw another team is on, moving into a small group to try to reach the end as fast as possible, or even just screwing around and grabbing as many opponent team members off the stage as you can. This pretty much alleviates the problem of having to wait for the seesaw because players, at least the ones that understand they're on a team, won't just mindlessly be chucking themselves at the platform, and in the process exacerbating this problem. It also just brings more possible strategies for how to screw over another team and encourages at least a little more thought into how you go about winning this particular course. The best part? All of these require the player to actually consider the seesaws rather than just try to disregard them. In my opinion, a huge change for the better. The second variant offers a little less in terms of different stages, but it would still require the players to use the seesaws cooperatively just to complete the stage. This one could cause a problem in the opposite direction though, where players may have trouble keeping the seesaw balanced and will be too afraid to systematically jump off, that way the rest of their team can actually clear. This would either cause a team to stagnate, or would just devolve it back into a free-for-all like we have now. Overall, the first option makes more sense, but with some additional workshopping, option 2 could conceivably work as well. So what do you guys think? Do you think giving seesaw teams would fix its balance? Is it a balance problem that needs to be fixed at all? Let's get a discussion going in the comments. Oh, and if you've been wondering about that snazzy watermark in the bottom corner, all this footage has come from a new game commentary group featuring yours truly, Busboat. I've just been doing edits so far, but I'll be in a few commentaries in the near future. With that shameless plug out of the way, this is the Gaming Siri, signing out.